My name's Nick. I'm 14. I've been here for like 14 months, like 13, 14 months, and I'm from New York City.
I'm Ben. I'm 16. I'm from California and I've been here like 6 months.
I'm Shannon. I'm 16. I'm also from California. I've also been here for about 6 months.
When I first got here, and I was like not in a good mindset, so like it was harder for me to like it wasn't hard for me to get used to it, but it was a little hard for me to like buy into it fully, because I was still like defiant and like in like denial. So it took me a little bit, but then it didn't take too long, it took like 1 to 2 months.
It was hard for me because I blamed a lot of other people for me coming into treatment, and I blamed a lot of other people for my issues. So it was hard for me to accept that I needed to work on my issues and fix my stuff, because it's hard to accept that.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad for me. I came from wilderness, so coming to a place where I actually had like a bed and things were better. But at the same time, I definitely was upset that I was here instead of going back home. So I think it takes time to be able to accept it and start doing the work. I think a huge part of it is just like them doing the work too, and not putting everything on us, because it is going both ways. And also, like, just when you first get here, your kids are probably gonna be upset with you, and just being okay with that and not trying to argue it, I guess, like just letting them know that they like love you and care about you, and that's why you're here, is because they want you to get better.
Yeah. I feel like it's important for parents to be validating of like their kids, like their emotions and their feelings and what they think about elevations and what they think about their treatment, but also not like be pushovers. Like if your kid is trying to manipulate you or trying to push you to do something that you don't think is right, you have to be assertive and you have to stand your ground, but you also have to like recognize it, like they are having these thoughts, and not like invalidate that, because that's just gonna make things worse.
For me, it really helped is like my parents like realizing that's like a two-way street, and like Shannon said, like they also need to work on some stuff. I don't know, that like made me feel like way more open, because it seemed like we're like going through it together, and like it seemed that they realized that they weren't perfect either, that they need to improve on stuff. And like a lot of like what my dad's able to do now is like I used to like he used to like rescue me out of situations, like I don't know, be like overprotective, and like here, and I would like freak out, and then when I was having like a hard time, he didn't like rescue me, like he didn't like just like neglect me and like not care about it, but he was like I understand what you're feeling, like you're gonna have to deal with this, like I'm not gonna be here to rescue you. And that really helped, because I was able to figure things out for myself. I really like my staff. Like I've had like our morning staff, Mo, he's worked on my team like every weekday for like my whole stay, so I've gotten like really close to him, and like I see him, like since I'm not with my parents, he's more of like a father, like authoritative role in my life, and I don't know, he calls me out when like I'm like screwing around, and like he's stern when he needs to be, but he also will like joke around, and I have like a really good relationship. So whenever I do get called out, like I know that he's not just trying to like make my day harder or just like get a reaction. Like I know that he's doing it because he cares, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm on the same team as Nick, so Mo also works with me. I think usually like or always every weekday, and then sometimes on Sundays too. And like I feel like this is the same with most of the teams, but like having a consistent staff who's there a lot and can hold you to your stuff and just be helpful and call you out is really important, and it was really helpful for me in my treatment, and I think it's helpful to most kids, or all kids.
Yeah, for my dorm and my team, we have a couple consistent staff, and I think that's very helpful to like us individuals being able to build that trust with them, because they do really support us. So now it's just us opening up to them, and also with like our teams, if they know what's going on all the time, they're able to help us grow as a team, because no matter what, we're all going to be together. And I think having those staff who really do care and like you can tell it's genuine is very important in being in treatment.
Yeah, also part of that is like I know I could always reach out to my therapist for help, but I only see him like 2 hours a week for our family and individual session, and sometimes in groups. But with staff, like they're there for my whole morning, so I spend way more time with them. So like they see my progress like more than my therapist would. So I really appreciate having like good relationships with the people who are telling me what to do.
I feel like we're all kind of like we're all very unique here. And I know that's seems like something that it's kind of obvious, but it's very true. Everyone here is different in a lot of ways, and on my team there's a lot of different types of people. There's a lot of different people, but we all generally still get along pretty well, and we accept each other. And I think that's really good. And I think there's always times when you feel like you're kind of especially when you're new, that you're not really as big of part of a group or as accepted. But I feel like everyone finds their place in the community.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's pretty diverse here. I don't know, I've never seen a kid who's completely different from everyone else. Everyone obviously has their differences, but they all are pretty similar, and there's always a group for everyone, because a lot of people struggle with similar things. Also, now, I'm leaving in a week, and I really like the experience of living with boys my age. I'm really gonna miss that, because it's just really nice. I don't know, just imagine living with your best friends and seeing them 24/7. It's an experience that I'm gonna miss even when I get out of here.
Yeah, I agree. I think no matter what, with this whole campus, because everyone is so unique, you'll be able to find someone you can relate with and trust. And I think that's really nice. And like Nick said, I'm also leaving in 2 weeks. So for me, I am gonna miss the relationships I've gained here, because people are so open, and being able to have that support all the time is gonna be hard to just leave that right away, And at the same time, I think having this experience builds your trust with people outside of here after this.
I don't know, at least when I first got here, I had more, since I was denying that I needed treatment, and I was all over the place. I had some authority issues where I didn't want to be told what to do, because at home I didn't like being told what to do, and having this the level system, once leadership, or you don't have to be leadership to lead by example and be a role model, but usually people who are setting a good example are leadership, and just I don't know, it's called positive peer culture. Just seeing kids your age who struggle with super similar things doing good is pretty motivating. And I know for me, at first it was really nice. Staff, my dad used to lecture me at home. Sometimes my therapist staff would lecture to me. Having a kid my age who's going through the same thing that I am, lecturing me and giving me advice, it's just really helpful.
Yeah, I think when you get here, having that, being able to see what Nick said, other people doing well with things that you never thought you could really get over, is very inspiring. And for me, now I'm one of those people that I can give other people who are struggling advice, and they look up to me. And so in my next few weeks that I'm here, I'll be able to pass that down and help them get to the same place I'm at.
I think something else that's good is that there's a system of like direct peer mentoring when a student first gets here, where a student who's been here for longer will be the compass and the new student will be the compy. And I've had a couple of those relationships, and it's just been really good. Like, it's been really nice being able to like have a person like who directly you're like kind of responsible for, and you're responsible for helping them, and it's a really good feeling to see them like do well and succeed.